It's the end of the year, and if you're feeling like the pressure to be productive is creeping up on you, trust me, you're not alone. We're constantly told to be productive, but no one ever really shows us how to do it in a way that works. In today's video, I'm breaking it all down. How to build a productive routine that sticks, practical tips you can use, and I'll be taking you along through my own routine. For me, it all starts with the morning routine. This is probably something you've heard 1,000 times, but for me, it's been the foundation of everything. I used to think that being productive meant jumping straight into work, but honestly, creating a routine in the morning helps me set the tone for the rest of the day. One of the simplest yet most effective habits I've adopted is making my bed first thing. It takes less than 2 minutes, but it gives me that first win of the day. And there's something about seeing a clean made bed that makes you feel like you've already accomplished something. That sense of accomplishment really carries into everything else. Another thing I do is drink water first thing in the morning. It helps wake me up and hydrate my body, which after 7 to 8 hours of sleep, it's definitely needed. I know it sounds small, but these small wins build momentum for more significant tasks throughout the day. The last part of my morning routine is skincare. I love doing my skincare. It makes me feel good about myself and is the little self-care I need in the morning. I've been using Primarily Pure's products, which have done wonders for my skin. Getting your body moving early in the day is a game changer. For a long time, I didn't realize just how important it was to get my body moving first thing in the day. Now, I'm not saying you need to hit the gym at 5 a.m., but even something as simple as stretching or going for a quick walk outside can make a huge difference in your energy levels. I've noticed that when I move my body early, I feel more alert and focused throughout the day. There's actual science behind this too. When you exercise, even if it's light, your body releases endorphins, which boost your mood and make you feel more awake. Now let's get into one of my favorite topics, planning. I used to struggle so much with staying on top of my task, and I was always that person who would get to the end of the day and wonder where all the time went. But everything changed when I started planning my day the night before. What I like to do is sit down in the evening and look over my tasks for the next day. I break everything down into bite-sized tasks and prioritize them. I try to tackle my hardest tasks first thing in the morning. It's tough, but getting that big thing out of the way early gives me such a sense of accomplishment and makes the rest of the day feel easier. I've been using Notion a lot for my planning. It's like my little hub where everything goes from daily tasks, weekly tasks, content creation, ideas, goals, and more. I also love to use Google Calendar to time block. This has been a life changer for me, so I am able to gauge how long I should be working on each task for during the day. Something I can't emphasize enough is the importance of keeping a clutter-free environment. I'm a big believer that a cluttered space leads to a cluttered mind. If I wake up to a messy room or desk, I already feel overwhelmed before the day even starts. I like to do a quick 10-minute cleanup every day. It's just enough to get things in order without feeling like a huge task. It's amazing how much mental clarity you get just by having a clean, organized space to work in. This next tip has been a lifesaver for me, eating the frog. If you haven't heard of it, it means tackling your hardest, most important tasks first thing in the morning. I used to put off big tasks, and by the time I got around to them, was either too tired or too overwhelmed to do them well, or would just let this big task weigh me down for the whole week. But now, by starting my day with the most challenging task, I build momentum and feel so much more accomplished. A lot of the time, I will have this one daunting task that I keep procrastinating, and the procrastinating doesn't actually make me feel better about the task. This task right now for me is making thumbnails. I used to try to put them off to the very last minute, the last thing I did right before my videos went up, but in turn it was just adding more stress to it, and I never liked how they turned out. Over the past couple weeks, I've been using this eat the frog method, and it is the first thing that I do, and my thumbnails have been way better. And it's like a relief lifted off my shoulders, and now I have the rest of the week without that daunting task staring me in the face. It sets the tone for my week, and I like it much better this way. One technique that's really helped me stay on track is time blocking. Basically, I'll set aside specific chunks of time for different tasks. During that block, I focus solely on that one task, no distractions. It's helped me to stay way more organized and prevents me from multitasking, which, let's be honest, just slows us down. Another thing that I love to do during time blocking is task stacking, which is stacking similar tasks together that I need to get done. I usually will time block tasks together, like answering emails and writing my scripts. These two tasks seem to go perfect together because writing emails is relatively quick and writing scripts takes a little bit longer, so I can take a big chunk of time for both of those things to get done. I love using Google Calendar to time block because it's on every device that I use. It sends me notifications throughout the day, and you can color code it to be super cute and super you. During new seasons of life, I always like to sit down and rewrite out my Google Calendar. I start with adding things that are non-negotiables like the gym, morning routines, making meals, eating meals, work, and any schoolwork or classes that I have. After all of that is set, I find time in between each of those and categorize them by color. From time to time, I still find myself slipping into old habits like multitasking, and I can tell a huge difference in my productivity and how much less efficient I am when switching between tasks. Time blocking helps me give my full attention to each thing, and as a result, I get way more done in less time. This next one is a new favorite of mine, and it's the 2-minute rule. If something takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. This rule has saved me from so much unnecessary stress. Instead of letting small tasks pile up, I knock them out as soon as they come up. Whether it's replying to an email, tidying a corner of the room, or making a quick phone call, these little tasks can add up if you don't handle them immediately, and honestly make that to-do list seem more daunting than it really is. I used to be the queen of procrastinating on small tasks, and before I knew it, I'd have a long list of things that felt overwhelming. Now with the 2-minute rule, I stay on top of things, and it frees up my mental space for more important work. In a world that celebrates multitasking, I've found that single tasking is actually the most effective way to stay productive. When I focus on just one task at a time, I'm able to give it my full attention and do it better and faster. Multitasking, on the other hand, scatters my focus and makes me feel more all over the place. A lot of people wear being a multitasker like a badge of honor. Being able to juggle a bunch of things at once sounds productive, but I realized over time that it was actually holding me back, and my days were a lot less productive because of it. Now I block out distractions, turn off notifications, and focus on one thing at a time. It's made such a difference in how much I can get done in a day. And finally, something I've learned to do is celebrate the small wins. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle, but I found that recognizing those little moments of progress keeps me motivated. Throughout the day, I like to reward myself with little moments of things that I love to do, whether that be as simple as scrolling on my phone for 10 minutes. In the evening, when my day is over, I make sure to reward myself with some fun time to hang out with my boyfriend and dog. Go on a walk, go grab some food, play a game, read for a bit, or even just take the rest of the night for some self-care. This is so important and also motivates me to get through my days because I have something to look forward to at the end of it, no matter how small. There is also a lot of research and science behind this theory. It's about creating a positive feedback loop. When you reward yourself for the progress you've made, no matter how small, you're reinforcing the habit of showing up and getting things done. It's all about progress over perfection. As I wrap up my day, I can't help but reflect on the small victories I've achieved and the habits that have helped me stay productive. Just like you, I often feel the weight of expectations, especially as the year comes to a close. But it's these simple yet powerful routines that truly make a difference. By starting my day with intention, prioritizing my tasks, and taking mindful breaks, and I hope sharing this journey with you has inspired you to craft your own productive routine that feels authentic and sustainable. Remember, productivity isn't about doing more, it's about making what you do count. As we enter this final stretch of the year, I encourage you to take a moment to reflect on your own progress and to set intentions that resonate with you. What small changes can you implement to enhance your productivity? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear how you're planning to make the most of your days ahead. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If you found value in these tips, don't forget to like and subscribe for more inspiration on building a life that feels fulfilling and aligned with your goals. Until next time, remember to take it one day at a time and keep striving for progress over perfection.